Christmas and a Happy New Year. Just wanted to thank you so much for watching the video so far and just give you a little bit of an update on what it's like for me living here in Lusaka since August, which is 5 months ago. Crazy! Just wanted to say, first off, thank you so much for your prayers, your giving, your care packages, your sweet notes on Facebook. It's been such an encouraging and uplifting part of being here in Lusaka, and I know I wouldn't have been able to make it this long without your guys' holding of the rope back home. And so I just wanted to give you an update on how things have changed since I have arrived, and then what Special Hope is looking forward to doing here in the next year in 2019. So since I've arrived here in August, Special Hope has different centers that it runs in Lusaka to help give glory to God by serving people and creating a world for children with intellectual disabilities. And so specifically, we have, when I first came, we had our resource center, which is like a school that we run for children with disabilities, and parents pay for their children to come there, but then the funds from that school turn around and fund what Special Hope's really passionate about, which is our community care centers. These are intensive 2-hour programs for a mom and a child pair, and they run in our high poverty areas here in Lusaka, in the areas called compounds. And so currently, when I arrived in August, Special Hope had 3 in Mtendere, Nyombe, and Garden at compounds. But now, through your giving and your support and your prayers and God's faithfulness, we've grown and we have a 4th community care center in what's called Kaunda Square. And then we also have a 5th one, which is in a temporary structure in a southern part of town, which specifically has been helping about 30 families with children with cerebral palsy. And so God has been so amazing and really branching out Special Hope Network. And the other cool thing that God has grown since I've arrived here in August is our therapy center. And so if you followed my blog at all, if you've seen what I posted, I get to run our therapy center so far. And there is where I do private speech therapy services, which is similar to the resource center. It's a paid program, but those funds then turn around and fund our community care centers. Right now, I've got about 22 or 23 students on my caseload out there, and it ranges every age from 2 to 54. And so I've got quite a wide variety of people that are coming in and receiving speech therapy services there. And it's been really cool to see how God has grown. Here in the fall, we've been running 3 days a week, but after the new year, we'll be running 4 days a week out at the private therapy center. And so I'm very excited to see how God continues to grow that, and that we are able to grow and help more and more people at our therapy center. I wanted to just give you guys an update about Special Hope Network as a whole. And so my part in Special Hope is a little tiny wheel that helps make the whole mission of Special Hope run. And so I'm going to share some specific updates with you about just new things that have happened. In September, we also added 2 new special education teachers to our Special Hope staff, and they are certified in diagnosing autism. And so here in Lusaka, there's not physicians that are qualified to officially diagnose autism, so we're really excited to be the first center that can provide a specific autism diagnosis for Special Hope as a whole. These teachers are helping out in our resource center, but then also in our community care centers. And the roles that we have here is me as a speech therapist, and then our other 2 new special education teachers, is that we are building up and training Zambian teachers to be special education teachers and to teach them how to interact and teach children with disabilities. And so it's been really cool seeing the training and the support that we've been able to provide. Then we've also been doing more awareness within the communities, and specifically Special Hope has been talking to nurses and practitioners in the local clinics and educating people about what it looks like to see a child who has delay, delays, developmental delays, or recognizing disabilities. And we're able to increase the awareness in the community, but then also are giving the local doctors, nurses, and physicians an opportunity to help these children get early intervention for their disabilities. Currently, we have almost 300 children and more and growing in all of our community care centers. And we've also been teaching pastors and having pastors conferences where we just had one here in December where 60 pastors came and learned about what disability was and how God views people with disabilities, and how we are all created in His image, and realizing the worth in people with disabilities, and just kind of creating a cross-centered perspective on people with disabilities. And we've also been able to teach some witch doctors. So it's very common here in, Zambia and Africa as a whole. There's witch doctors that people go to for treatment. And we've been able to teach some witch doctors about disabilities and how to recognize it and how to help kids get proper care. So it's really cool. It's just a short snippet about everything that's happening here in Lusaka, but we're really excited for what 2019 will bring for us, and what God is going to do. And so I just would encourage you to keep on praying for Special Hope Network, specifically if you want to lift up our growing staff as we get more kids and more people are coming to us every day. We need to raise up local Zambians to help be movers and organizers and teachers, and even like fundraising financial people. If you could just be in prayer that God lifts up the people that are honoring, that love the Lord and love children with disabilities. We are really looking for those people. If you want to pray for the health and the safety of our children as well, that would be so big and so appreciated. Right now in Lusaka, we're entering our rainy season, which is very dangerous for our children and health, because the sewage systems and the drainage systems here in Zambia are not good. And so a lot of times infectious diseases such as cholera can be spread through contaminated water. And so if the wells aren't dug in the correct places, it's very often that the drinking water can become contaminated with these diseases. And our children that live in the compound, specifically because of their disabilities and lack of nutrition, are at high risk for developing illnesses that are very impactful for them and might even lead to death. And so if you could just please pray for the health and the safety of our children, specifically the ones in the compound, that would be wonderful. And then also, as you just pray through what Special Hope is going to do here in 2019, I would just urge you to consider continuing your support, both prayer, financial, whatever, because God is doing a really amazing thing here in Lusaka. And so I'm so excited to plan on continuing through the entirety of the 2019 year and hopefully into 2020. And I just is so blessed to be here, and just wanted to let you know how much your giving is really impacting children here in Lusaka. You are extending your hand and improving the lives of children here, and showing God's love, His mercy, His worth, and His hope that we can find in Jesus. We're bringing hope into these families' lives. So again, thank you so much. Please continue your prayers, and feel free to reach out anytime. I'd love to chat and answer any questions that you may have. So thank you so much, and have a happy new year, everybody.
Freedom comes like a roaring wind, waking me to life.